Ooh, and looks like player number one is KOHO, our pink Terran, who is just dancing around with his rally points right now as he spawns in the bottom right of Kulas. ETOOFRESH spawning in the top right of Kulas, the orange Protoss, down one game in the series. Now, in the last instance of this, we saw, more spamming. We actually saw them in the positions that were across from each other. So we saw KOHO spawning here and ETOOFRESH spawning here. What that sets up is a battle for these two expansions. As you can see, Medivacs can drop very easily here. Actually, how that game played out was KOHO successfully abused this ledge with tanks, took out ETOOFRESH's expand, but during the battle, ETOOFRESH actually broke down these rocks. And KOHO decided he would also just try and expand here, but what that did was allow a path for ETOOFRESH to just pull up here, and he was able to do the exact same thing to KOHO, returning the favor, and then turn the tide back in his favor, even despite getting the early loss. So I think both players probably learned some lessons from that, but we were going to see a completely different style of game due to the fact that they are not in these close positions. KOHO will actually be able to abuse that ledge once again if ETOOFRESH does decide to go for the expansion here. It is natural. It's very hard to defend. Harassing here a little bit with the probes attacking, but KOHO just almost preternaturally sending out an SCV to counter that. Already got his shield down, continuing to do some damage, unless ETOOFRESH can just dance around quite a bit more. Standard build coming out. Looks like Barracks is done actually a bit sooner than the Gateway. So I'm not sure how quick KOHO was with that. Meanwhile, getting a tech lab and the reactor already up. Looking at the units, just about even. Once again, ETOOFRESH able to chrono boost out a few probes as I'm burping here from those potato chips I just ate. Probably a bad idea on the whole during the cast, but what can you do? Man's got to eat. Reaper coming out. Ooh, interesting. Nah, just Reaper so far, okay? It's only Reapers when there were 5 barracks down, all producing the Reapers and sending them at me. Cybernetic score going down for ETOOFRESH, so same build order exactly. ETOOFRESH hanging on to this Naga Watchtower like a good boy. I'm not sure that KOHO is actually scouted in the right place yet, only just now scouting. Scouting the close position first, which is what you have to worry about when you have to know if you can expand or not. He's going to be disappointed, though, when he finds out no one is there. And the Reaper is out, and the probe does see the Reaper. So I'm not sure if ETOOFRESH is going to start getting scared here, or if he's just going to play calmly, and maybe he knows how to deal with Reapers really well. Stalker is out, going down to deal with that one Reaper. So I'd like to see KOHO change up his build order, which he already has, Marauder coming out. So that was, maybe a little bit of misdirection, maybe just wanting to scout a little bit. He's going to be able to poke into the base. Also, you can abuse these grounds here, as well as this area above the gold expansion. But it looks like for now, just kind of doing a bit of scouting. Scouting to this corner as well, seeing nothing. So it's actually going to be this Reaper that sees it first. Let's see how these two players control this. KOHO pulling back, taking 1 shot, and taking 3 shots in total. Pulling back, now knows where his opponent is, sees the Stalker out, and the Stalker is already trying to take on these rocks. That means that ETOOFRESH watched my cast of their series and listened to me saying that it is horrible and so hard to defend this natural expansion. But a little bit scary about expanding here is, of course, that leads to a closer distance for the players here, and especially with Terrans having Medivacs. They're just able to be so mobile with their forces. A drop here, a drop there can do a lot of damage. Robotics Bay going down after the 2 gateways. Another pylon coming down just to get some coverage of all these bases, just to be able to have vision. Remember, there is no ramp on Kulas Ravine. Is that the right map? Did I get it right? Kulas Ravine? Yes, Kulas, yes. Thank you, spectators. A little bit of brain dead today. It's Monday, leave me alone, it's late. And I've only had chips for dinner. That's actually a lie. Reaper stuck? Is there a Reaper stuck? Oh, he's just chilling here. I don't know if he's stuck. I'm just continuing to hammer down. Those rocks are down. Looks like ETOOFRESH saving up his minerals here. He's at 260. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him take that expansion, which he's able to hold because of these destructible rocks right here. And this is the build that ETOOFRESH likes to do, and he tried to do it against KOHO in the group of 8. Push out here and expand. Push out and expand. So taking a look at that Zelnaga Tower. Just seeing if anything's coming. Meanwhile, looks like someone said ghosts, and I'm looking. A Ghost Academy going down. So he's not really hiding that or anything, so not trying to trick anyone. But meanwhile, this push here is actually looking pretty strong. If he was to jump into the base right now, this bunker would not be finished. But he is allowing it time to finish, and at that point, KOHO would be able to hold it off, especially if he pulled SCVs to repair. But it looks like ETOOFRESH has brought his game. His macro is up. He has got the right amount of units getting the expansion, so regardless of whether or not this succeeds, as long as he doesn't lose all of his units, he is going to have the expansion up and running, and it's well defended. And just pulling back. So smart. So smart. Just let that be a lesson to players who would have just lost their entire army right there. Because once he saw that bunker down, knew that he was not going to win that battle, and just pulled back. Looks like a little bit of lag there. Hopefully it's not too bad for our players. Hopefully they would let us know as well. Forge down. Yeah, someone is lagging a little bit. Well, this is just one of the pressures of the game that being so famous and being so awesome leads to when you are in the Apple tournament here. Again, just hanging out at this, so controlling both of these Zelnaga towers actually, that's really great vision of this entire area. If KOHO wants to do anything sneaky, he's got to go all the way around. And I'm not sure if he'll be smart enough to do that. Meanwhile, a factory floating out, perhaps just a scout. And so KOHO also choosing just to attack his Destructible Rocks. He's even got an SCV, just hanging out. He's going, I can help, man. I can do it. You got it. I got this. Observer coming out. I don't see any detection quite yet. Does he have enough energy for scan? No. So the observer is just going to be able to come in and just see what's going on as we're... So maybe it wasn't the spectators to blame after all. Do we need a restart or laggers? Maybe we should get a pause from our... And the argument ensues. Meanwhile, a Marine getting picked off here by the army of ETOOFRESH. So hopefully this game is not in controversy. Instead, let us hope that it ends in motherships and battle cruisers and Thors and tank drops and warp prism harass and phoenixes lifting weird things and shooting them down to the sky. Because lag is not a fun thing for a tournament. And I love this. Just I don't want this factory. I don't even need it. I'm just gonna float it out here. No big deal. No big deal at all. Again, just these two destructible rocks separating each other. And at this point, this gold expansion is gonna be really difficult for either player to take. So that's a pretty interesting dynamic here. This is just a much different game than we are going to see the first time around. Yeah, someone said something interesting is coming up. So yeah, Thermal Lance upgrade, just a necessary upgrade for Colossus. One Colossus already out. I don't see a second one going down quite yet. I guess I would hope to see at least two. And at this point, he is chrono boosting his robotics bay and not producing a Colossus. Ooh, that's actually a pretty large mistake there. Either that could have been used to get that Thermal Lance out a bit earlier. Could have been used to chrono boost probes. And only now is he just making that Colossus, and if he's a good player, he keeps his energy low, looks like it. Meanwhile, a drop going on by ETOOFRESH. He needs to pull this back right now. Pick it up. Nope, don't let all of your Marines die. To that. And he's letting all of his Marines die. And he's letting his Medivac die as well. Although that harass may have done some damage. No, it looks like ETOOFRESH still ahead on the probe count. He does have that expansion up earlier. Meanwhile, just taking out these destructible rocks. He wants the straight path into the base. He's ready to end this right here, right now. It seems like almost like he had this plan in mind. He chose this map. He knew exactly what he was doing this time around. The observer here just knows everything that's going on. This is completely undefended. Meanwhile, KOHO's army is just not as impressive as this, especially after losing an entire Medivac filled with Marines. It's like two observers out, so this could be trouble for KOHO. This could be a lot of trouble. Yeah, no tanks since this factory's just been floating here. I'm not exactly sure what KOHO is going for. No nukes, no cloaking. He does have 3 Vikings out, but the Vikings are just, not going to do much when there is a charged Void Ray there to defend. Along with all these stalkers, pull back KOHO, already losing 1 Viking. this is looking bad. I expect to see GG here from KOHO unless he can just pull a miracle out. Because this entire base is going to get shut down, and there's nothing here to defend inside his main. They got to hand it to ETOOFRESH. He came out swinging, knew what build he wanted to do. Lag couldn't even stop him. And Electronics just saying GG. He thinks the game is over. Whether or not KOHO thinks so. KOHO just told him to stay alive here, pull on his SCVs, while the class is still alive, even with a Viking attacking. I like these sentries. Just pull these sentries back and take out this Viking. Sentries can probably take out a single Viking, or at least do some damage to it. Because if you let this Colossus fall to this Viking, that'd be really ugly. But it looks like the Stalkers are going to take care of it. Is he going to take it down? Oh my goodness! To take the Colossus down. Oh man, well played, KOHO. But unfortunately, one Colossus taking it down does not equal a win in this match, as sentries are streaming to the base and we continue to lag. Looks like ETOOFRESH is the one lagging. Not sure what we're going to do about that going into Game 5. I'm not sure how that affected KOHO. Hopefully, like I said, we never like to see lag in a game. I'm not really sure what KOHO's going to be able to do. A lot of times when there is lag, players, it makes it impossible to macro properly, as well as makes it impossible to micro. Landing Vikings is just not going to do it. Yeah, this really should be GG. And, yeah, 2-2. This is a great matchup, all even. Yeah, but ETOOFRESH really just outplayed KOHO on that map. Just executed his game plan. No big deal.